Before we begin, how about we take a trip down M Highway? Remember the first season of Supernatural, the day you watched that pilot and you saw the title card? It just screamed, "Look how cheap we are! We'll probably be over in, we probably won't last 2 seasons." But Supernatural Season 1. Okay, so, in honor of the hiatus, I will be doing, a review of Supernatural seasons, one by one, then at the very end, the series as a whole. With some other TV reviews in between. But, anyway, let's get into the review. So, Supernatural is... I just got hard to explain what Supernatural is. Okay, I'll just go with the characters. It starts out with Dean Winchester and Sam Winchester, played by Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki, respectively. And if you haven't seen the show, then maybe you shouldn't watch this. Maybe some of you may think that's probably not really relevant, because it's over 10 years old, but hey, I've only been into this show for 2 summers, so someone could just be stumbling upon this and wanting to see it, so there are spoilers. And right off the bat, this show shows you that it will not mess around. It will tear out your heartstrings, it will be funny, and it will do a bunch of other crap that you probably won't like, but you'll still watch anyway. This is why it's kind of like Game of Thrones. And you're wondering what I'm talking about? Well, the first scene is the home life of the Winchesters. Mary, John, baby Sam, and kid Dean. And you're like, oh, what a cute family. Then 5 seconds later, it's like, well, that doesn't last fucking long. So the premise of this show is 2 brothers who are actually based off Han and Luke Solo. Goddamn it, Luke Skywalker and Han Solo. If you don't believe me, look it up, because that's what Eric Kripke said, and I didn't pronounce his name right, sorry. But they were trying across the country, hunting things that go bump in the night. And when I watched this, we watched this season, I got thinking. I saw a lot of people complaining about how season 10 was the weakest season because of the fact that it has so many filler episodes. And me included, but as I look back in the season, I realized, no, it wasn't the weakest season. If anything, it's the best season. You wanna know why? Guess what? You gotta wait till season 10 review. But I'll give you a hint. It has to do with the fact that there are only 5 episodes in season 1 that have an actual seasonal storyline. Every other episode is a Monster of the Week episode. So if you can guess it, comment it. I won't say if you're right, but it's fun to theorize, isn't it? But anyway, so these 2 brothers are traveling across country trying to find their missing dad. It's interesting to say the least. I mean, there's funniness at some points. There's also seriousness. Like there are points where it would be like, oh, lots of giggles, and then just a bunch of angst and heartache and a bunch of other crap that, and the funniness is kind of went down as the series went on, to be replaced by more and more angst, to the point where like smiling will send people in tears. But that's beside the point. So it's, what's I looking for? Well, the mythology is what I mean. The mythology is intriguing because in this show, all myths are real. That's right, God, Greek mythology, Norse mythology, every mythology, well, so far, is real. Though that doesn't mean they'll necessarily be right. For instance, vampires in the show are not propelled by the sun. Like this, that bursts at most a sunburn to them, and they're going to be killed by beheadings. Wendigos are able to mimic human voices and going to be killed by fire. And they aren't immediately they're only created through they are created through cannibalism, but it's over the course of several times, not just like you just eat once and you're a Wendigo. So you can expect like lots of creatures from mythology, some not even really well known, but it doesn't mean that they'll be like the exact things. So they're just saying sometimes the lore is crap. I mean, in later seasons they touch on the biblical lore and openly question whether or not it's completely accurate. So yeah, like they started from the beginning questioning what the lore could be like and interpreting it their own way, and while also saying nope. Okay, you thought vampires could be killed by crosses? Nope. You're just gonna die if you use a cross. It's beheadings that you gotta go for. And so John Winchester is played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and I liked him. I know most people hate John Winchester, but I liked him. I mean, the first time I watched the season, I didn't like him that much. And as I rewatched the series, I saw a scene in the episode called Home that I hadn't seen before, and I thought, no, maybe more depth to this character than I thought. He might not be the douchebag people claim him to be. And then I was watching Dead Man's Blood, where he was showing that he was apologetic for how the boys had become, saying that at one point along the line he stopped being their father and he started being their, what did he say? Drill sergeant. Oh my gosh, started being the drill sergeant. And at this point I realized he knew that what he was doing was wrong, but he was just so protective and he was just so cynical that he couldn't stop it. And to me, that doesn't make him the best father. It doesn't make him the best human being. It just makes him a flawed character who's doing what he thought was best for his kids. Were those methods correct? Well, that's somewhere to be decided in a place other than here. And let's get into the villains. The villains are all over the place. Because, like I said, there's only 5 episodes that are storylines, so the rest of it, out of 22 episodes, there are 5 storylines, so basically almost a day worth of the... No, never mind. But it's jumbled. Jumbled is what I'm looking for. It's jumbled. Because every antagonist will die by the end of the episode. Wendigo, Woman in White, I don't know what the hell happened to her, but she's dead. She dead. Vampires, well, one got shot in the head, and another one got decapitated, and so did another one, but someone survived. The only antagonist that ever survived was Meg, who you could argue is the main antagonist, because she appears in almost all the storylines, except for Home. That's the only one she doesn't appear in. So yeah, I guess she could count as the main antagonist. And let me say something. I like season 1 Meg. Not as much as I like phase 2 Meg, but I still like her. She feels like the way an actual demon would be like a pure, unprecedented demon that's angry at the world and just wants death, carnage, and destruction. But I will admit she has some flaws. I mean, Nikki Akoze, a cox? A cox? I don't know. You know, I should get a medal because that photo. I found so many other ones. I found one that was kind of sexy, and I didn't use it. I should get props. But anyway, she isn't the best actress. She's good. She's adequate, but not the best. I mean, this is Supernatural in the part where the characters are getting, well, not the characters, the actors are getting used to their roles. I mean, even Jensen and Jared aren't that good at their roles. Don't crucify me. I'm not saying they're terrible actors. I'm saying that they were getting used to the roles, and like it, and bro, like and they didn't really get used to the roles to the point where they're acting the way they do now until like around the middle of season 3. So in season 1, it's like I'm watching it and I'm thinking, this isn't the acting I'm used to for them. Oh. But and like despite the flaws of this season, like John being away from his kids, the fact that there isn't really much of a seasonal plot, they're not really telling a story, but they're still expanding the mythology in a way that makes you interested to keep watching the new episodes, to the point where you're like, maybe I should watch, no, maybe I should go to bed after one more episode. Okay. But yeah, no, it's good. It's surprisingly good. I mean, I'm pretty sure the people who produced this, not produced it, like lit the way for this to go, because I think they only had a budget of $20,000 or so. I'm pretty sure they thought, oh no, this is gonna crash and burn. But here we are, 10 years later. So I will give this season a 7 out of 10. It's a good startup season with a solid storyline, though it could have had more plot-centered episodes. But I get the reason why they didn't do that, because they're focusing on the mythology and trying to build everything up. So that's understandable and it's excusable. They had a solid villain, they had solid characters, solid character development, and solid monsters. It's all good, but it's not to the point where it's overly perfect. It's like very above average, but not just like excellent. But that is my opinion. So I want to know what you guys think. So have you seen Supernatural season 1? And if so, what have you thought about it? Wherever you thought, comment below, let me know. And as long as you want to see more, click right there to see more.